everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I'm going to give you my top 3 takeaways from the book, The 3 Big Questions of a Frantic Family by Pat Lencioni. I loved this book. It really helped narrow down what I'd been feeling on a gut level, is that if we can run our businesses so well, or be an employee and run that job so well, how can we not also do that for our families? And Pat really lays it out how to do it. It's very simple to start right away, so you get immediate action after reading the book or listening to the book. And I'll tell you my top 3 takeaways from there as well. I did listen to the audio version of this, which I typically do, and then I buy the hard copy because I would like the resources and I'd like to be able to give away. You can do both. Again, it's the 3 big questions of a frantic family. My first takeaway is that if we treat our businesses so well run, or we are an employee and we treat that job so seriously and we make sure we meet the deadlines and everything, how can we not do that for our families as well? It's just a structure. We need the structure that we use in our jobs to also use the structure within our families. And it was such a simple, just like, whoop, duh. If that is so structured, then we should structure our family. And not in like a, this is how we're going to live it, but like if we're structured and intentional about it, surely our family will become what we wanted it to be. And my second takeaway is that intentionality is the key. If you are intentional about building the relationships in your family, achieving the things that you want to as a family, even if the achievement is a vacation, but the characteristics that you want to develop in your children and in your spouse and the kind of marriage that you want to have, if you're intentional about it, it is going to happen. But if you just go to the day-to-day and it's only your safe haven at night, but you're not intentional about building relationships and seeking out the things for your family, it's not going to happen. Just like a job, it wouldn't happen. And my third takeaway is that this was a big one, and we do this every single month, my husband and I. Only work on 1 to 2 things for your marriage and for your kids, not all the things. Okay, so we only put, and we have it on our spousal business meeting, which is also called the Honey Huddle. If you go to the encouragerpodcast.com/resources, the Honey Huddle is a downloadable meeting that you can have with your spouse to get on the same page. And at the bottom of ours, it says, what are 1 to 2 things we can work on with each kiddo so that we're not overwhelmed by the sheer amount of parenting that every kiddo takes, right? And you're like, huh, we got to teach them how to make their bed. We got to teach them how to mow the lawn. We got to teach them how to do math. We got to teach them this. And I'm noticing this child is revving up with this discipline thing. He says that's quite frankly impossible. It'd be the same thing if you worked into a business and you're like, here are the 10 goals that have to be accomplished in the next 3 weeks. That's not going to happen. So within your own parenting, pick 1 to 2 things to work on with each kiddo. That's your focus. Then when they have learned it, you can learn another something. So it really just helped us with, you know what? And Andy gives permission that if your child is in a good spot, you may not have something to work on right now with them. And so that is just a really beautiful thing as well. So we may say like, okay, right now we're just working on respect. So maybe we need to teach them a little bit about what respect looks like, how to receive respect, how to give respect, like this child. And when we feel like they've really understood what respect is, then we'll move to picking up their room and making the bed. Like it could be character things or it could be chore things, but only 1 to 2 of them. And I love a good, hard, fast rule in parenting. And so that's what Nicholas and I decided to do. And we've just loved it. We just listed out, we have 4 kiddos. What's the 1 to 2 things we're working on with this child right now? And when do we feel like they have completed that and they can move to another thing that we're teaching them? A quote from the book, forgive me here. The 3 big questions, obviously the big questions that the whole book is about is this: what makes my family unique? So what kind of family are you? Are you an adventure family? Are you a homebody family who really loves relationships? What kind of family are you? Like define for yourself, like you would for your business or for who you work for. Why is your family unique and what makes it unique? The second question is, what is my family's biggest priority? Remember, we talked about the 2 takeaways. And what is your rallying cry? He calls it your rallying cry. Like, what do you really want to develop within your family right now? Because that's going to be your sole focus. That is your priority for your family, his rallying cry. And then the third question is, how can my family use the answers to these questions today, tomorrow, next week and next year. How can you make your family unique, continually to dial that in? How can you do that daily or weekly or monthly or yearly? And then what is your rallying cry? Can you ask that for the day? Like, wait, if we go ahead and do that, does that apply to our rallying cry, which is our priority? I love it. You got to get this book. Again, you can do the Audible version or the hard copy version. We provided affiliate link right here. If you go ahead and use that link and buy the book or listen to the book through that link, we'd be so grateful. That helps support our community of encouragers. So make sure that you give us a thumbs up, you subscribe, and then if you want to have any more information about our podcast, go to theencouragerpodcast.com. I also mentioned the resources tabs, just amazing things in there as well. Until next time, encouragers, we got this.